Well, I've owned it for about a month, and I really got to say, I'm liking it. Today, we're taking a look at this radio right here. This is the Xiegu G90, the ultimate bug-out ham radio. Let's check it out. All right, folks, welcome back. So I've got this playing a little in the background. You might be able to hear it. As you can see, 40 meters is doing quite well this morning. We're getting a lot of signals in on it, but really what I wanted to do, I'm going to turn the volume down on it, is give you a little information on this and show you how well this works. Now, I could talk about this radio till the cows come home, and it's not going to give you the information that I want to give you on it. I'd rather just show you some of the reception. I do have a video of me checking into our locally weekly net on 10 meters. Unfortunately, I was off frequency on it. I forgot I had the RIT turned on. I was playing around with all the buttons, you know how you do when you get a new radio, and I left the RIT on, so I was a little off frequency, and I was transmitting. They're like, you sound a little squeaky. I'm like, yeah, that's why, because I was a few kcs up. But it's definitely a nice little radio. It's definitely an awesome little system. And as you can see here, I'm going to back up a little bit on here. So you can see I kind of have a little bit of an off-grid radio station growing out here. I have my full station inside the house, of course. I got two dual band radios, 2 meter 440. I've got a GMRS rig in there. I've got a 100 watt HF radio. But out here, what I'm doing is sort of an off-grid kind of system. Now, I'm going to pan you around a little bit and let you see. We have a little 2 meter 440 in there, and the ammo can, a little GMRS radio up there, a little power breakdown, power supply that I built down here. We are going to be modifying this. I might do a video on it. What I want to do is take the small battery out of there. They're both lithium iron phosphate batteries. So I want to take the small battery out of there and put in that big orange battery. That is a 20 amp hour lithium iron phosphate battery that is just powering this right now. Now, as you can tell, I have other QRP sort of-ish rigs. I have the Xiegu FT18, 818, I'm sorry, a little external antenna tuner, this radio we just recently reviewed over here on the side, a little Baofeng. It's kind of like a rip-off of the Harris radio there. But as you can see, I have other radios, and I've been really impressed with this radio. Now, in a minute here, I'm going to take you outside and show you what I'm using for an antenna. It is a simple end-fed, about 40 feet of wire. It's got a little on it, a 1 and 9 on. And I'm telling you, this thing has an internal tuner, and it will tune up a fence post. This thing tunes everything. And my friend over here, we were checking it out, and we were able to tune up every band on here, and he was able to make contact on every band on here. This is the radio that's now going to make me go and upgrade my license from tech. Because right now I got that little tiny section on 10 meters that I can use voice. I can use CW on the bands too. But that's another neat feature of this. This has a CW decoder. Is it perfect? No. But if you get a good, strong CW signal in, you will be able to decode it and see what they're talking about. You kind of get an idea of what's going on. I will show you that too in the video later. We're going to roll in all the video that I've taken over the month on this, as well as some I took this morning. So, this is the first model of the new Xiegu G series. It's a portable 20 watt HF 10 to 160 meter multi-mode transceiver. This is using 24-bit digital architecture. It is an SDR, software defined radio. This includes, again, as we said, the automatic antenna tuner. It has a nice SWR bridge where it can show you the SWR on the band. I'm going to show you that when we get up close and personal with it in a second. It's got a lot of performance options in a very small package. It's got a removable head here, so if you have to install this in a vehicle, you can just use the head and put this body down underneath somewhere, hide it away, and you do that with the provided DB9 cable, which is provided with the radio. Both the radio's control head and the firmware can be upgraded using that connector. Now, all that stuff comes with it. There is firmware upgrades from time to time. Generally, I've yet to find any features on this that are so horrible that I'd want to run up and upgrade the firmware. Eventually, I may. But I always concern myself with bricking a $400 radio. And that's the price on this too, $449. Now, with all the features in this thing, okay, and we'll get to some more, and the fact that it's got 20 watts as opposed to this rig over here, which only has 6, I would just say it's just far superior. Now, this does do 2 meters and 440 sideband, and this doesn't. It's just an HF radio. But if you're interested in HF, definitely the way to go. And the size on it is so incredibly small. It's really tiny. We'll give you the measurements in a sec. So what I'm really trying to say is this includes a lot of features found on large desktop receivers. You can do split frequency operation on this. It has the built-in SWR bridge, an antenna tuner that is really exceptional, a receiver preamp, an attenuator, a digital noise blanker, CW decoder, like we told you, has a variable bandpass audio filter, and it also has a built-in CW keyer. And I do have a little bug out here, although this is so tiny it just bounces around when you're trying to use it on the thing. But eventually I'm going to be trying to teach myself a little bit of CW because I find it intriguing. I find it interesting, especially with the decoder. I was watching it and I'm like, wow, that is just awesome. That just these little dots and dashes turn out to be actual conversation going on. So what we're going to do is I'm going to roll in first the net that I checked into, okay? And we're going to do that first. Then I'm going to roll in just various different stuff that I've picked up. Some shortwave signals, some ham radio stuff, as you can see here. Got somebody talking right there. So I'm going to roll in some of the stuff. But first I want to show you the antenna really quickly. This is not really about the antenna, although this is a very nice little antenna, very compact. It's set up very temporarily out there. And it's going to kind of be my test bed for when I get HF radios in to test. I'm going to take you outside and show it to you. I literally have the unon connected by, paracord, and I literally have it under the lit tiles on my roof. I have those big, thick, heavy tiles. I just took the paracord, threw it in there, and tied the end in a knot, and put the roof back over it. So it's holding it up pretty well. And the other end is tied to a mast that I got from one of my friends. So it's about 30 feet up in the air from where the edge of the house is up to the mast. So let me take you out there, give you a quick look at it. We're really not going too far into it because it's not a review on the antenna, but I want to give you an idea what you can do in a very quick emergency situation. I just threw this antenna up to test it. And let's go check it out. The doggies start barking the minute I come out here. So as you can see, that's where it's connected. I run it out a window, and I just have some foam in the window like a pool noodle, and I have it blocked off with a piece of wood. And there's also an alarm on that window as well, so nobody can get in through there. I have it running through there. I do not have it grounded, and they say you don't need to ground it or do counterpoise with this antenna. There's the wire, and hope you can see it. There is the pole, and that pole is just connected there with some baling wire. Just connected, and I put it in the ground a little bit. So that is the whole thing right there. You see how quickly you can throw that up and pull it down, and for field day, emergencies, whatever. So that is the antenna. Let's go back inside, and I will show you some of the signals I received and my check-in in the net. Then I will show you the antenna tuner and the SWR bridge. Here we go, folks. Waiting to see if anybody else is going to check in. W6UTC. Cool. He's a little off frequency, I think. Just giving you a little ID. He's really quiet back there. Just giving you a little idea what this radio can do on our nets. No comments from me. I'm checking in tonight on a new, the Xiegu G90. Just trying to see how it sounds.
It sounds a little pinched, but you're clear.
Okay, thanks. W6UTC. Oh, I've doubled. Oh, I didn't have the microphone.
Just to tell W6UTC, yeah, it sounds like you're pinching your nose and talking just a little bit high. But other than that, it was perfectly copyable. That's it for me, K7KG.
Yeah, I probably got to adjust the centering on there. It's a little bit off. So let's scan around the ham bands. I want to show you what's going on 20 meters this morning. Got a lot of activity around, so let's scan around and see what's happening. 20 meters is really hopping this morning.
I'll let some other people work you. Very, very big signal still. You're still peaking 5.7, 5 and 9. So you can see if you can work anyone else in North America or wherever you can get to.
I want to hear where he's talking to.
Good evening on your side. All the best. Good health to you and your family. Thank you very, very much for making the call for us. Julius Hotel 1, the Mike Hotel Echo. This is Western Canada, Victor Echo 7, Japan Echo Radio. 730.
the Juliet station. It's probably Japan. This guy is Aeronautical Mobile.
Western portion of Nebraska. You're 5'9", so nice copy on you there from, I believe you said Michigan. Here's Mike India Kilo Echo. November Charlie 8 Romeo from KX4 Whiskey Charlie.
Really good signal from him.
We got a pair of those. I believe they run about 400 watts, and the antenna is a slot antenna is embedded into the leading edge of the tail. So that's about all the information I could give you on it. But there you have it. Your nice signal there from Michigan. What part of Michigan are you located over?
Giving you a little WWV here just to see. Really nice clear signal on this radio. I'm really impressed with it so far. So as you can see, this will also decode fairly strong Morse code signals, or CW. You get a lot of E's and T's thrown in there just from errant static and whatnot, but it does do a pretty good job, as you can see by WN7FT. W7FT, that's what that was, W7FT's call there. Alright, so I'm going to show you the SWR bridge and the tuner. I have it on 28450. We're going to go over here to push the power button, hold it in, and it will show you the SWR scanning. And you can see it's pretty high there. It's about a little in the 2 range. So what we're going to do is turn that off. We're going to hit the quit. I'm sorry, I'm blocking it there. We're going to go over here to the tuner button, the tune. We're going to push and hold that, okay? There you go. Tuned up. As you can see, I got a signal really close to me there, so we have to be careful. So let's see. It's scanning through. Let's see what it comes up with. Look at that. Flat until we get to 28.525, which is out of my area anyway. Very, very impressive. This thing really tunes up nicely. Okay. And definitely does the job good. Very neat little unit. Again, you have your function key here. You can push and hold it in, and you will get all your different functions through here. You can scroll through, see all the different functions, okay? You can exit out of it. You can use this function and do your filters on the bottom here. You have an attenuator. You can turn on or off. Let's turn that off. And a preamp as well, okay? There's your preamp. So lots of neat little features on this radio. There's your tune, your power, your keyer, and your lock. You can lock the front, and this is, of course, is your encoder, your rotary encoder. So you got your volume, and this is kind of a little bit of everything button. This is will mess with the RF gain. I have it programmed to now. You can set it like this, hold it, and you can move the receive there a little bit for how wide you want your signal. So definitely a cool little system. I'm really, really enjoying this radio. So let's move into finishing up the video, and we will wrap it up. So I'm just going to let this kind of play out while I give you some information on this. The RF output power is 20 watts. You have a 13.8 volt DC. Okay, that's at 13.8 volt DC. Your receive frequency range is 0.5 megahertz to 30 megahertz. Operating voltage is 10.5 to 16.5 volts DC. The voltage must be around 13.8 to 15 if you want the full 20 watts, okay? Your range, depending on topography and all, is about 4,000 kilometers. You know, minimum's 500, 600 kilometers, depending. This will cover all amateur bands in the range of 1.8 to 29.99 plus 60 meters in the USA. Your receive draw on this is about 500 milliamps, 500 milliamps, so obviously that battery doesn't need to get charged very often, the orange one in the back. And that's why I'm going to do this, because I have this on solar, this box over here. I have it on solar, so I think we're going to move that over, okay? Your transmit current draw is about 8 amps now. And putting a little bridge between the two, I only got it up to about 5, and it was showing 20 watts on the meter, so I think it's a little bit lower than that, but let's be safe and say 8 amps. The size of the radio is going to be 4.75 by 1.75 inch thick, 8.25 long, main body without the handles. I do have the optional stand on this. This stand does not come with it. I opted for the stand because I really didn't like it just laying flat. Plus, this radio does get a little warm after operation, not anything over hot or anything like that. And the weight on it is 2.2 pounds. So if you're looking to do like a man-pack portable type deal, definitely a cool radio to do it with. Anyway, folks, that's the video for today. I hope you guys liked it. I will put a link down below where you can check this out. It is on sale currently on Amazon. It's the lowest it's been, $449. So you can definitely check it out. I think you guys will really appreciate it. You can control everything by the microphone as well on this, so that's definitely a plus on this. I think you guys will appreciate it if you're looking for a small portable rig. I mean, this is priced in the range of high-end desktop shortwave radios to monitor, okay? With this, you not only can monitor, but you can transmit. And it is a full coverage receiver. And as you can tell, even on a low signal here, the audio on it is amazing. Really nice audio. I was going to put an external speaker on. I didn't even bother because it just is excellent audio on it. So like I said, link will be down below. Definitely check out that link. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, or leave a comment or a question. If you want to ask a question about the radio, I can give you what I know from working with it for about a month now. And don't forget to check out all our other links. Like I said, this will be in my Amazon store. The link will directly be to it right down below. But don't forget to check the Amazon store. If there's just stuff you want to check out in there, usually is the gear that I use in the channel. If that doesn't interest you, click the link, shop as you normally would. We do appreciate that. We have our freeze-dried wholesaler link. That link will save you 15% on all your food orders. Below that, our My Patriot Supply. Remember, we got that deal going on that 3-month kit. $200 off, 3 months worth of food from My Patriot Supply at preparewithiridium.com. Preparewithiridium.com. And, of course, our Thrive Life freeze-dried food store. I'm going to sit out here and play a little more radio for a while. You guys take care. Stay safe and stay prepared.